Alrighty, we've now attempted to dig a hole that is exactly the same depth as the root ball, not the pot, but the root ball, and about twice as wide. Now it's time to test that out. Now, one thing we did discover that there are some old roots from an old tree still stuck in here, and that's going to impede the width a little bit. However, this is a very young tree, and I think it will be able to withstand that extra stuff in the ground there. So I'm going to have to take the plant out of the pot now and very gently place it on the ground to make sure that the top of the root ball is even with the surrounding soil. I can't stress that enough. If you plant something too deeply, if you plant a tree too deeply, the roots which need air will end up going up and then circling around the base of the tree, and will literally choke the thing to death. So be careful to get your tree even with the grade of the soil, or if you need to, even a little bit higher. If you have to air one side or the other, make the tree a little bit higher than the surrounding soil. If it needs to, it can sink back down. It knows how to do that, but it can never push itself up higher. Now, to get the plant out of the pot, this is the hard part. This is where you're actually going to hug a tree. Never pull it straight out. That would be like picking up a baby by its head. I mean, just stupid. What you're going to do instead is loosen it. So, oh, this is going to be so much fun. I'm actually going to hug the pot, and that's going to sort of squeeze. They don't do this on HGTV, let me tell you. You don't ever see something like this happening, but this is real life. This is how you really do it. This is going to sort of squeeze the plant from the soil ball from the pot. Now, by the way, when I bought this tree, I made sure that it did not have lots of roots protruding from the base of the pot. If it had, that would have been root bound, and it would also make it very difficult to get it out. I'm going to sort of push in these holes, make sure there's nothing kind of sticking in my way that's going to tangle up. And then at some point I hope somebody turns off the camera, and then I'll attempt to pull this thing out. Okay, I finished giving the plant roots a nice little shower. In so doing, I moved some of the dirt out from under the root ball. So I took some of the bottom soil, not the top soil, the bottom soil, and while my husband held the tree up, I put the soil underneath. Made sure that I actually used a level to get this thing level with the surrounding soil. And I made sure at the same time that the roots were fanning out. This is very important because, again, the tree needs to use these roots to anchor itself. Now I'm going to, off camera, I'm going to move these beautiful little roots a little bit lower here and make sure that they're well tucked in at approximately pretty much the angle that they want to be in, that they're just sort of naturally flowing. And we'll cover that up with some dirt. I'll make sure that we've got this, that I keep the bottom soil and the bottom level and the top soil at the top level. And we'll see you back here in just a second.